What's up, guys? I wanted to talk a little bit about a tactic. Probably should have talked about it before. I'm up here in Kentucky, new spot, and it brought me back to something I did a few years ago when I lost that big buck deer. They burn out the bedding area. They had one of the control burns, and I mean, it just burned it out, nothing, down to nothing. I was all upset in there, but I walked in there one day, and I did see some tracks, and then I ran off a big deer. Didn't see it, but I heard it, and it sounded big. Had a real deep thud when it jumped off that hill. So, that said, I'm having trouble finding him. I don't know. I went from knowing where he lives to having no clue where he was at. So, that brings up this tactic. What I did to re-find him and almost killed him, I had him at 50 yards last year. And this is something I should have been doing forever, and I just haven't. What I ended up doing was they had that fire, they cut them fire breaks in there. Well, I can't find this deer, and I know that eventually he's going to cross this ridge down this where this fire break was at. So I take off walking. My thought is, being up here in Kentucky, being somewhere you don't know, you're looking for any advantage you can get. I mean, even the food sources are different. I have got as far away from the fields as I can, which could be a detrimental mistake. But the fields I don't have at Pennyroyal, I don't have good access where there's nobody hunting. Not even, I mean, I don't mind getting a mile from the fields or 2 miles from the fields. I don't care. But I haven't found just that, that perfect little bedding area that I want. And I know there's big bucks over there bedded. I just don't have the time. And I'm not as comfortable hunting the ag as I am hunting in the woods. I mean, that's what I do. So what I've done is I went to the north side of Pennyroyal, and I have found just a plethora of good bedding. There's points, there's ridges, I mean, there's shells, there's little knobs. I mean, there's everything that you could ever want. But that brings up a point. So I got to figure out, with this tactic, and this is why I'm using this. I'm fortunate here to be able to use this tactic again. There's nothing like fresh mud, guys. These fire breaks, and I used to hate controlled burns and fires and all that. 'Cause to me, oh my God, I had this deer and then now it's gone. Well, I've really turned around on that. I think it's actually a blessing. You walk these fire breaks, and the one I'm on right now, I'll show you something here in just a second. These fire breaks are just big sign gatherers. It actually looks like they even plant these here. I don't know what that grass is. It looks kind of like ryegrass or something to me, but so that's what I did. I got up here, new to the area. I know there's good bedding around here. Again, there's good bedding around here. I can't not beat this through my anybody's head enough. Fixing to go in for an evening hunt here shortly. I am about what I think to be about 8 to 1,000 yards away from where this deer right up here is bedding. He's a lot closer to the road than I thought. That's my doe tracks there, but pretty good size. But I want to show you all this deer's tracks. You got to have sign. You got to have some kind of fresh sign, or you're hunting luck, and I'm trying to get away from being a lucky hunter to being a very deliberate hunter, I guess. I want to hunt a certain bedding area. I want to hunt, hopefully, a specific deer. I don't think I'm that good yet. But I want you to look at these tracks. And they'll kind of show. I mean, that's a big track. It's really not even showing up on the camera like I'd like it to. But that track, I mean, look at the back. It's about as wide as my hand. And this, now that was not exactly brand new, but knowing what I know about bedding, it's just hard to. Here's my compass. Let's see if I can. That compass is 2 or 3 inches wide, probably about almost 3 inches, and you can see it fits in there. It's heavy in the front too. Now, does that mean anything? Yeah, there's a little bit of mud. The track doesn't look like it was just like sloppy mud. And there are some tracks back here. There's a little bit drier one. So there's some drier ones back here, but you know, I followed this thing out, and the only bedding around here is going to be about 1,000 yards away. So that's a back foot. This is a front hoof. So use what you got. It's really easy. I am not going to target this deer today, so if you're wondering why I'm talking, I'm almost positive I'm about 1,000 yards from him anyway. I'm not going to target this deer today. I'm going to target him probably tomorrow afternoon. If my little southeasterly wind hangs in there, he should be there. There's old. But there's several tracks of different age groups in here. There are some doe tracks in here, and it's not very far from the road either, so that's a prime opportunity for me to stick a doe, you know. A doe, you know. But as always, you know, I see a big buck sign or whatever, and it gets harder for me to shoot those does. I don't want to shoot nothing and mess up or bloody up the spot. So anyway, just another tactic you can use in your favor, whether you're hunting specific deer or if you're hunting just try to find a target buck, you know, a buck that you'd like to kill. When you start hunting a bigger deer, you're doing nothing if you don't know where they're at. You've got to find them. Find the sign. Use what you can to find the sign. Even creek bottoms, muddy areas, low areas. You know, I don't hunt them very often, but I do walk them constantly to find that sign. And once I find that sign, then I start going through the maps. I start looking at the area, looking at the bedding, finding the bedding, and you know, just drilling it down. So just a thought I had. Doing good up here in Kentucky. This morning was more of a walk fest than a hunt. The area I had went in and pre-scouted about 3 weeks ago. I went in, I set up, and the sign, it just dried up. I mean, I may have just got in on the tail end of that. I'm thinking, I was kind of expecting it, mainly because some of the acorn trees are starting to fall. So, you know what's going to happen then. They're going to move. That's we're in that little transition between summer / fall, and once them acorns start hitting the ground, unless they're in the fields, they're going to be on them acorns. So, happy hunting.